So now LinkedIn, there are so many job sites where you can get a job. All right. LinkedIn is the one we are going to hold on to now. So it's just the one we'll discuss for the sake of time. But trust me, there are so many of them which will be covered during the virtual assistant course. And it won't just be covered, you'll be given, you will literally get set up on how to just use them, on how to set up your account at all. All right. So LinkedIn, your 247 billboard. They said, or research says, yeah, 40% of recruiters hire solely from a profile. So the thing is, after you submit your your resume, pardon me, I've because I've talked about CV, so it's coming to my mind, but we are being focused on resume, please. So after you submit your resume on LinkedIn, 40% of the recruiters, they would want to view your profile. I don't know if we are conversant with LinkedIn or not, it's not a problem. But after you use, if each time you submit a job, it asks you, can we share your profile with the recruiter. All right. You could check it, you could say yes, or you could just leave it. So once it shares it with it, they'll go through your profile, they'll scrutinize it. So your resume is just like icing on the cake. It's not really the major reason as to why. It's like the resume is like 60%. All right, then your profile is doing 40% of the job. So even if your resume is all good and you are applying from a job site and and your profile on it is not cool enough, they will not want to even call you for an interview. But the good thing is, once you have a good resume, that same resume details is what you will add on your LinkedIn. All right, your job experience, your skills, your softwares, your experience, your education, your certification, and your about, which is your personal statement on your resume. So it's more of like an extension of your resume. You are just breaking it down. So that is what it is. Once you have this, you definitely get called for an interview. And when you get called for an interview, they would already know, because there's one thing, when people are skeptical about you during the interview, they bombard you with so many questions. All right, so many questions because they are not sure. But once they are sure, because they have seen your profile, they have seen your resume, everything is looking so good, so fresh. They'll just your interview is going to be just stress free. And I want you, these people do not even stress me. They did not stress you because they want you. The interview was just more of like just them just following the right procedures. All right. Then for the LinkedIn again, number two, your headline is equal to hook, to role, value, prove. So this is the way your headline should be. Your headline is, once you open your LinkedIn account, it's more of like the title. All right. So this is how it should be. You should have a hook. The hook should be the role. For the also for the virtual assistant program, when we talk about content creation, we talk about hook, how to make your content captivating and all, which is what will still be covered in the full virtual assistant program. There is the hook, the text hook, the audio hook, and so many of them. So right now, this is the text hook, how your headline should be on LinkedIn. This is the so your hook is the role slash your value slash your proof. All right. So example, this is how it should go. Virtual assistant, which is your role, which is the hook here, is what will get them that okay, this is what this person is all about. Then saves CEOs 10 hours per week. That is your value. That is what you offer to them. So this value makes you a good fit for the role. Then proof is week. So you see, virtual assistant is the role. The value is save CEOs 10 hours. The proof is per week. Or even it could just be just the role and the value. It could just be virtual assistant. Let's take that as the role. Save CEOs 10 hours per week. That is the value. Then proof, you would have a link to your portfolio. Or in addition, you could say customer satisfaction is my topmost priority. Or you could just, since it's a proof, it has to be something they could see. It could just be a link to your portfolio. There's also a way to attach your link to your portfolio. For those of us that are on LinkedIn or are not on LinkedIn, it's just beneath your headline. There's just a link where people can click, and it will just take them to your portfolio. Then we now have a background image that shows your niche. So we have two images on LinkedIn, the same thing as Facebook. For those of us that are conversant with Facebook, we have the Facebook one is being called the cover photo. That is the one that is like which shape is that? A rectangle. All right. Then we have the one that is like oval, a circle. Yes. So that one that is a rectangle that is behind the circle, for those of us that make use of Facebook, that is the background image on LinkedIn. So this background image should show your niche. And how can you create a quick background image? Is using Canva, which all of these things have been covered in the course, like I said earlier. You just make use of Canva and you just create it as quickly as possible, taking one of the templates, imputing the necessary details. Then the last one, which is the daily 5 minutes commenting habit, algorithm love. So algorithm love this thing. Algorithm works in all the social media platforms. So daily 5 minutes commenting habit. This is I would say is necessary, but is not important. You could skip this last one. Just when you are starting, okay, it's good for you to interact with content. When someone puts out a content on LinkedIn, just go under the comment. Don't put generic comments like that is good, awesome, great. Personalize it. Oh, Susan, I really love this thing you do. It's so good. As much as we know networking is good, and maybe you are not really someone who like to interact with people, or maybe you don't even mean what you are saying, I would say that it's always good to just just give or every other person on LinkedIn and hand like a hand of support. All right. So this makes so once you are commenting. So the way you could actually do this, one trick here, after you comment about what the person did, then add your own. I'm a virtual assistant. I save I take the hassles off you. Anyway, you want to personalize it, then just comment. Even if it's just once in a day you are doing that. Trust me, within a week, one person will reach out to you. Oh, I saw your comment on Susan's post. I'd like to know you better. Can you do this project? And before you know, once you do a project for one person, they refer you. Boom. That's how you keep getting referrals upon referrals, and you're just like making your cool cash with ease. All right, so these are the 7 point profile optimization checklist. These are the things you should check to know if your LinkedIn profile is optimized. The custom URL, I talked about the URL. It could be a link to your website. It could be a link to your portfolio. You could design your portfolio on Google Drive. You don't have to say you don't have to do the traditional way of trying to get a web designer. No, you don't need that. All of this will be covered in the course. How you can just create your portfolio on your Google Drive and then you attach the link. Then you customize the URL. You customize it, it will have your name on it. That is custom URL. The 500 plus strategic connections, you should be able to have like 500 connections. All right. SEO reach about story. This in its simple term just means your about story, which is more of like your personal statement on your resume. It should be 150 to 250 words. Something like I'm a virtual assistant, I have over 4 years of experience, I have worked with quite a number of firms. You could list their names. This makes it more real, more authentic. Then we have the skills and services properly spelled out. So if you have this covered on your resume, you do not have a problem. These skills are properly spelled out. This like one of the skills of let me say a virtual assistant should be communication, time management, organizational skills, amongst others. Then the services should be customer support, administrative support. It should be properly spelled out. Then three multimedia proof pieces. This there is also a place for on your LinkedIn where you can attach the multimedia proof pieces to just more of like a proof that these are the things you have worked on. It could be on it could be PDF, it could be, I think it just gives the just images. Yes, it could be a screenshot or PDF or PNG or JPG, anyone. Then 15 plus recommendations over time. This happens when you start interacting and one person refers you to the other, to the other. So this is recommendations, not referrals. It's possible you haven't worked with somebody, but because you have networked with them, you have engaged with their posts, they will recommend you. Then consistent value post 2 to 3 times a week. So this is about each post you put out, there should be a good number of impression, people that liked it, people that commented on it. So that's that